great day. Uh, Interesting day in DR land. As anybody who was looking at it today could see, we had a massive drop in price. But let's talk about what happened today. All right, so as always, let's figure out what our range was. This was the largest range I've seen for DR since I've been looking at it. This was a 43-point range between here and here. Now, let me say this. I had doctor's appointments this morning, so I did not trade anything until this afternoon, and that was a sim trade. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. But let's go through DR and kind of talk through what happened today. Again, massive range here. For ICT folks, a lot of negative fair value gaps being put in place here. So we came in and we literally, as soon as price, as soon as 10:30 happened, we just confirmed. Almost, like 5 minutes later, we confirmed low on DR. And then, again, using my strategy, the 1, 2, 3 ladder strategy, what I'm looking for is a retrace. And so, we got here and took out sell side here, and then we just kept going down. So that's 41, let's say 35. All the way down to 4108, 4105, okay, before we turned around. And so this entire run, there was no play here for me if I'm doing strictly DR. Even ICT, I didn't see any of my fair value gaps, and some people might use, breakers and all that stuff, but that's just not my style. So again, I'm at the doctor. I'm just kind of watching this happen in one of my groups, and I'm just chatting it up about, I'm not looking at anything until I get back to 41.33, which is right at this DR low line. Okay. And so, of course, I got laughed at. People saying, oh, we're never going to get there. We're all the way down here. And then we slowly but surely, we started to climb back up toward the afternoon. Again, here's that lunchtime, 12 o'clock. Something always happens at 12 o'clock, right? Algos don't eat lunch. So price comes back up, all the way up, up, up. And again, you could have taken trades here if you're not doing DR. I did IDR trade. There's a ICT trade you could have taken. You could have taken some trades down here. You look at how it respected this fair value gap. Same thing here. Same thing here. So all these are valid trades. Again, we're focusing on DR, but just want to point out there's other ways to attack this market if you're open for that. So, all right. So we're back to DR. Around 2 o'clock, we see what happens. Price comes back up. Not only does it go above 41.33, comes all the way above like 41 or that 37, which I think that's the IDR low. And so now here's where my sim trade comes in, right? So I hadn't been home for about 30 minutes. I had been home just about 30 minutes, and so I was like, well, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Could end up going all the way back up here. Not sure, so I'm just going to sim trade this and see what happens. So sim trade the ES. And then, of course, my order is, again, I went up above this IDR low, coming back down. My order is placed right on the IDR low line, okay? Now, let me back up 1 second. So when price came above this DR low line and went up here, I had an order here on the DR low line. And I said, of course, if it goes up above IDR, I'll move my order up there. So that's one of the ways I protect myself from getting into trades I don't want to be in, right? Because if price had come back down here, I would say, okay, I'm in the trade here. I could have gotten, profit coming this way. Now, one of the things I don't do is I don't put my order on before that price goes above that line, right? Somebody asked me that question yesterday because they were trying to put an order on before price had gotten above where it's supposed to. And the challenge there is I don't know where price is going to stop, right? So let's say I put an order in here and price continues to go up, and I'm already in the trade now because I had an order in already. Now I'm at risk of getting stopped out, okay? So the way I do it is I wait for price to go up, put my order on, and then wait for price to come, in this case, come down and take me back and put me back in the trade, okay? Because I'm expecting price to come down because I actually confirmed low a long time ago, all right? So just want to point that out. Don't try to, jump in front of the trade. Let the trade come to you, all right? So in this case, price had my order here. Price goes all the way up above the IDR low. Just move my order up to IDR low, okay? Next candle comes in, picks me up, again, sim, and then it comes down, easy 5 points here. actually easy 10 points if I were to let it play out. And at this point, I'm a little frustrated because, I'm not in this for real. I'm in it for sim, and I'm seeing what profit I'm missing because of the sim trade. Again, I'm using ES. I had 2 contracts on, so 10 points on that is $1,000. And so anyway, I was like, man, I could have just had that trade, but I wasn't too worried about it. And honestly, I really, after that was the trade I was looking for all day, right? And after that, I really wasn't really focused on it as much. Back in the office, so not back. I was back at home working, and so I had some things going on. So, but I started looking at, okay, where else could I have taken trades? And I'll back up one more time. One thing, not back up. So I could have taken trades here. Again, these are much smaller, 3 or 4 pointers. So if you were to scalp, you can scalp these. But once we started doing this up here, I really was like, yeah, I don't really want to be involved in the market. I mean, there's some opportunities you can get here. But again, the thing for me is my order is only in 1 or 2 places in this set situation. It's going to be on IDR low, or it's going to be on DR low based on where price is. And so if I had taken a trade in here, I'm at risk of getting stopped out because the bulk of the move is really up here, and then it comes down. So now, if I'm looking at it from a perspective of different strategies, and I'm looking at ICT, one thing I want you to realize, and it doesn't show all the way across here, but this fair value gap over here, actually, let's see if I can get it over there. So this fair value gap goes all the way over, and this one is minus fair value gap. Okay, so what do you see here, right? So when that price went up here, got into that fair value gap again, and then reversed off of it. If we're doing ICT, that's a trade opportunity for me. Okay, and now that's a legitimate trade opportunity. I'm going from 41.43 down to 41.33. That's my 10 points right there. And again, if I'm doing ICT, if I'm doing DR, I don't have a trade. At least the way I trade the DR, I don't have a trade right there because again, I'm in this soup here of just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and I don't have a clear direction here. Okay, but again, there is opportunity there. So just want people to keep their eyes open on things that they can leverage. But anyway, so no trades for me today, which I am perfectly fine with. Actually, I'm not. I'm a little mad about this one, honestly. But what are you going to do, right? Because after all this, I wasn't expecting it to just drop that hard that fast. I thought it would come back down, then start going back up again, which it did, but it just did it over here. So the only thing that does let me know is I'm starting to really understand price and how it's going to move. Because again, I got laughed at when I said I want 41.33 before I start paying attention because there's no way I'm getting back to 41.33. I'm way down here at 41.05. So this was an interesting move, and then it comes back down. But there's that builds a low fair value gap and it takes off again. So today was an opportunity day if you were really able to watch the market today. But it's all good. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow is FOMC in the afternoon, so that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. I'm not going to speculate on what I think is going to happen, but I'll be ready. Yeah, hopefully, maybe. I'll be at work in the office tomorrow, so who knows what I'll be stuck doing. All right, so anyway, again, hope everybody had a great day, and really starting to kind of understand kind of how this plays out, at least how I play DR. There's many other ways to play DR. Again, mine is just as simple as I can get it. So hopefully this is helpful. Questions in the comments as always, and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. Oh, and somebody told me I'm supposed to say like and subscribe. All right, so if that's what you want to do, and share. That's the other one. Like, share, subscribe. So I said it. There you go. All right, y'all be good. Talk to you later.